famous Athenian philosopher Socrates said that the unexamined life is not worth living. And really, philosophy comes down to the idea of examining our life. Socrates thought it was so important that we take time to reflect, to think deeply, to understand, that he thought a life just given to trivial pursuits, a life given over to just the day-to-day, without reflection upon the deeper, more fundamental questions about life and existence, he thought that life was not really worth living. Philosophy comes down to the conjunction of really two Greek words. You have phileo and sophia. They come together to form philosophy. Phileo, love. Sophia, wisdom. The word philosophy literally means the love of wisdom. Philosophy is not just about acquiring knowledge. It's not just about knowing information. It's about seeking understanding. That's what wisdom is, isn't it? Wisdom is seeking to understand, not just to know, but to understand. And so philosophy seeks to understand what? It seeks to understand ourselves. What does it mean to be human? Philosophy seeks to understand the natural world. Philosophy seeks to understand God and if God exists. And philosophy seeks to understand politics and justice and beauty and morality. Philosophy seeks understanding. You might put it this way. Philosophy seeks to know the truth. Philosophy seeks to uncover the truth. Philosophers seek to follow arguments. They follow arguments where? To acquire truth and to acquire understanding. Let me give you a thought experiment. Philosophers like to throw out thought experiments. What's a thought experiment? A thought experiment is an experiment that we do in our minds, thinking. It asks you to consider a scenario, or consider a certain set of circumstances, or to consider certain a case study, so that we can think deeply and see what follows from that experiment and thinking. Well, here's one given by Robert Nozick. Robert Nozick asks us to consider the possibility of plugging ourselves into an experience machine. So here's the possibility. Tell me what you think and what we should do. Suppose you had the opportunity to plug yourself into an experience machine. An experience machine is a machine that could stimulate your brain to give you a total satisfaction, perfect happiness, ultimate fulfillment. You could be the person you always wanted to be. You can live the life you always wanted in your mind by plugging into this machine. The only problem with the experience machine is once you plug in, it's permanent. You can never unplug. So if you want to live a virtual reality, you can do that, but your reality becomes your virtual reality. All right? So how many of you would choose to plug in permanently to an experience machine and so obtain ultimate bliss and happiness? Howbeit, bliss and happiness that is based upon just pure stimulation of your brain through a machine. Well, my guess is that very few of us would actually take Nozick up on his experience machine. Why? Well, because we value reality, because we value the truth, because we want our lives to really matter, because we want our experiences to be true. We don't want to be fall under some kind of illusion of reality. We don't want to be manipulated or deceived. We want authentic experience. We want an authentic life. Even if that authentic life was less than perfect happiness, even if that authentic life was not truly blissful, it involved some pain, it involved some suffering, it involved some disappointment, yet most of us would prefer that life, because that life is our true life, as opposed to just some artificial life, some inauthentic sort of life that we're experiencing just through being stimulated in our brain. What does that say about human beings? Well, that says a number of things about human beings. But what we can draw from that is that human beings, you and I, we value the truth. We value knowledge. We value understanding. We value knowing ourselves and experiencing things ourselves. And this is what philosophy is about. Philosophy is about understanding and experiencing reality for what it is. So, I hope you're excited about embarking on this journey to understanding ourselves and the world and some of the most fundamental issues